Welcome to this Sahara 4 exercise. In this exercise, we will define the petrophysical information of the new well that was created manually in the last exercise. For that, we will open our Sahara project, and here we can see the well D106, that is the new well that has been created manually in the previous exercise. Now the idea is to fill all the petrophysical data that we defined in the previous wells, in this case porosity, top and base, um, also net thickness and gross thickness of the different layers for this well. So the idea is that here we have maps loaded of the different variables. For example, for the layer 7 that I have selected here, you can, for example, show the net thickness, and here we have a value related to the map. So we will try to calculate the values of the different variables based on the map and the position of the well that we have now created. So for that, let's go to edit petrophysical data, and now we are reviewing the information by well, and we have a table that will show all the layers in the rows and the different variables in the columns of the well D106. As this well has just been created, we don't have any information loaded in it, but now we will create it. So let's start by defining the net thickness. For example, we will select this whole column and we will calculate by map, and now let's click on calculate, and now we have some layers that we don't have any map, but that's okay because these layers were created as an example at the start of the tutorial, or they are formations and we don't have the information at the formation level. So we have now some net thickness where we have the map position. The map has a value defined. Let's repeat for gross thickness now and calculate again. I have to save the previous changes to the new calculation. Now we have the same. Here we have the gross thickness of the different layers for this new well. For porosity, let's repeat and do the same process. And now we have the porosity as a percentage of the different layers based on the map information where the maps reach this new well. Now for top and base, we cannot calculate them here because in this visualization here by well, they are going to be just calculated values because they are related to the peaks. But what we can do is go to top base here, and now we will, in this other option here, in this other view, we are able to modify the values of top and base. So let's create it. So for the top, we will use the map information as we did, select cells, and now we have the tops of the different layers where the map reach the position of the well, and here we see that the top is defined for these layers. For base, we will do something different. Instead of using a map, because we don't have any map here, we will do we will select an equation. Yeah, I want to save the changes, and now the base is going to be defined as the top minus the net thickness. So now we will select them and calculate. And now we have the base of some of the layers where we have a net thickness, a gross thickness value selected. So now let's click save, and now we have the values calculated for net thickness, gross thickness, porosity, and top and base. Consider that here we calculated base based on another calculated value that we defined before, in this case the gross thickness that was defined by the maps. So now we have all the information that we need for this particular well. In case that we need to do some manual changes, we can do them as well. Here we can modify the base manually. Same goes for the other variables. So for example, let's say that and now you can see that the tops are defined in the same places that where we have a map available for these layers, as we defined in the previous menu. Also the same for the base. And as we were discussing, you can do manual modifications here if you desire. If you want to include layers that you know that the well is reaching actually, but they are not, the map is not reaching the position of the well, so you can do that modification here manually by just clicking here and writing the values that you see fit. So yeah, that will be everything for this tutorial. We have now loaded the new information in the well. Now if you want to see, for example, the information as bubbles, here now the well D106 will have data loaded as any other well. So thank you for watching and have a great day. I hope it was useful.